Okay, so we're going to film Mrs. Hendry's response to what she hears on this video. So now I'm going to play it. Okay, that was forward, and now the backward.
Okay.
So can you decipher at all what was playing in the backwards part?
It sounded like they were saying something, maybe like we have war issues.
Okay.
But it still sounded like Johnny's birthday, it still sounded like the forward version
Okay.
because of the melody in the background.
Oh, okay. This is the forward. And now it's backwards. Okay.
I don't know, the very first one sounded like "Please Get Me Out," and then I don't know what the rest was.
Okay. Okay. So this is the backward. All right, so that was the first part. So
Okay.
can you at all tell what they might have been saying?
5 or something seconds more, or something like that.
Okay.
Which
All right.
actually, I think Paul McCartney has a new song. It's something like that.
Okay, so this is the album cover of the Yesterday and Today Beatles album, and so what kind of props do you see, and what do you think that they could mean? Like, what message could be being sent?
Okay, so there's dismembered doll babies and what looks like raw meat. And what could it mean? It could be a political statement, maybe, about anything that's going on in other countries, genocide or something, or it could be saying something maybe about abortions or even loss of innocence. So I do not know.
Okay, and so the next one is the Abbey Road
Abbey
cover.
Road,
A lot
okay.
more popular. And so what do you notice about their feet, and what could that mean?
Paul's barefoot, and I think it doesn't mean anything, but other than maybe he wanted to be barefoot. But I know that there has been talk about that being that Paul is dead, with the Paul is dead rumors.
Mm-hmm.
So it could just be he wanted to go barefoot. I don't know.
Okay, interesting.
In the cigarette. I don't know.
Ooh, cigarette.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we have our second interviewee, and she does know about the background of the Paul McCartney incident, or the conspiracy, and she does know the context that conspiracy theorists have come up with the idea that Paul McCartney died in 1966 in a car accident, and was replaced by Billy Shears all these years. Okay, so I'm going to play the first clip for backmasking. Now this is backwards. Okay, so is there any message that you can get from that, or is there anything that sounds weird to you?
Well, my ears can make out shoes, so I can hear something about his shoes, and something about we all know, and I think I skips the dead. So I do hear it. Yeah, I do hear. It sounds like that. That's what my ears are hearing.
Okay, perfect. So this is the forward. And the backward. Okay, so what message can you get out of the backmasking for that part?
My ears. I hear it's blur. It's kind of blurry. But I can hear Paul there, and kind of Barry. So I can hear it. Yeah, I would say I can make that out.
Okay. So you hear like Bird and you hear Paul.
Yes.
So that kind of connects with the conspiracy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for the second forward. And backwards. Okay, so what message do you get out of that, or can you hear or decipher anything?
Yeah, I can definitely hear the very last part. Polly is bloody. I hear that. I do hear Hare Krishna. I hear that as well. The other parts were a little bit too distorted for me, but I did hear. I did hear the Hare Krishna. I did hear Polly is bloody. I did hear that.
Okay. Okay, so now we have the Beatles Yesterday and Today album cover. And so can you just tell us about some props that you noticed and what they could mean?
I see body parts. Looks like it's two dolls, dismembered, two heads and two bodies, and some raw meat, it looks like. It appears to be. So with the goriness of the scene, I can kind of see how it relates. Maybe to the scene of the accident.
Okay, cool. Okay, so the next part that we have is the Abbey Road album cover with the four group members.
Not Abbey Road.
With the four group members walking across the street. And so what do you notice notably about their feet, and what message do you think that could convey?
Well, obviously, there's one that doesn't have any shoes, and the other ones do. And maybe that's conveying that in death, maybe, we returned back to the earth as we were born with no shoes. So,
Interesting. So that connects to the conspiracy.
yes, I think that would connect to the conspiracy.